Duress is 2 Cabal therapies. One of the things you're not going to find here is some of these versions of these decks play Silence or Orange Chant. He doesn't have those in his deck list, from what I can see. And then he's got his lands, and he's just been storming his way through the tournament. This is a deck, Patrick, that you can find Adam, playing on his stream, Snap Keeps, on Twitch.tv. He's been known to play a little bit of Storm and Legacy.
And this deck, I think, is very well suited to where the metagame is at right now. I mean, there's a lot of the control decks are more geared towards interacting on the board than just ripping your hand up and countering a bunch of spells.
Oh.
Certainly the bug decks and the Esper decks have a little bit of that element, but they're much more board oriented than they used to be. And Storm is awesome when people are going out of their way to put Abrupt Decay into their decks.
Or Garruk Relentless.
Garruk Relentless.
Yeah, as it were.
Make one wolf. So yeah, I definitely think the Storm deck is very well positioned. Burn also, I believe, is well positioned right now.
Oddly enough, yes, Burn being well positioned. I know that last week in Vegas, when I was playing, you were over my shoulder watching me play Goblins. My opponent played a turn 1 Vexing Devil, and you politely pumped the fist behind me.
It was
very proud of my opponent's work.
Yeah, it was. He just crushed you so fast, so convincingly. It was awesome to watch. I mean, I wish it wasn't you, but.
Do you?
It had to be someone, right?
Yeah.
It has to be someone.
So who better? Who better? See, both players taking a look at their opening 7, and Tyler is going to mulligan down to 6. Just not enough burn spells. Just must not have been enough burn spells in his hand.
I mean, assuming that you have no information on your opponent, the mulligan conditions are usually 1 land, and I would say 1 land and 2+ vortexes / fire blasts, or 4 lands, no action, or 5 lands plus are sort of those are my parameters for mulliganing.
Now, does this deck mulligan relatively well?
It's really bad at mulliganing. Mulligans very poorly.
That is a nice deck, sir.
I mean, the thing is you don't have to mulligan that many hands, because unlike most decks, any mixture of lands and spells is fine, or for the most part. You don't have hands of, Plow, 2 Jace, 3 lands, where it's you kind of can't keep.
Sure.
But your mulligans are bad because you just obviously lava spiking is you need all your lava spikes to kill someone that way. The exceptions to this are when you have Grim Lavamancer against an opponent who's especially soft to it, like Merfolk.
Yeah.
Your Lavamancer can be worth multiple cards in some matchups. Your Price of Progress can be worth multiple cards in some matchups. But by and large, mulliganing is just very difficult to overcome.
Sure. We have a note here from our show director that Adam Prosak trying to make a statement this weekend by going undefeated in the Legacy portion of the Invitational. So far, he's 3-0, looking to go towards 4-0. He's a big believer in Storm, and it's hard for me to side against him. As we're going to see a little fetch line action here from Mr. Prosak to start the show, getting himself a basic island, knocking himself down to 19. A little help for the old burn deck.
Yeah, I mean, people. I play against people, playing Storm combo, like the 5-color builds, where they play turn 1 City of Brass, and they're like, oh, I'm trying to help you out here. It's like, dude, you're going to kill me on turn 2. Don't act like you're doing me some favor here. I know what's going to happen.
We see a preordain here from Adam revealing a Lotus Petal, and I believe it was a Gataxian Pro was the second card. We will find out for you guys in a moment. He's shuffling the cards through his hand, Brainstorms and Infernal Tutors, along with a Duress there.
So Adam trying to figure out a way to get his hand empty as fast as possible to be able to cast the Infernal Tutor in his hand with as much mana floating to allow him to go get Ad Nauseam or Passing Flames.
And he does have a Dark Ritual in his hand as well, as we're going to see a Wooded Foothills here from Tyler, 19 even. Probably going to see a little Mountain action, and we'll see what 1-drop he has available.
His hand looked pretty land heavy, even though he's got 3 more lands in his hand.
Yucky yuck.
This does not bode well. I like
it. Upstairs.
Let him know.
Chain Lightning from Tyler, putting Adam down to 16. If Adam is on an Ad Nauseam plan, as he's going to go down to 14, again helping Tyler out, then...
Tyler's not getting another turn here.
You think it's over already?
All right,
Adam does have 2 Brainstorms, so he does have like a little bit of dilly-dallying to do here.
Well, he can Brainstorm back any cantrip he can't cast and be able to Ritual. I think you might be able to do it this turn if this Brainstorm's any good. Duress, Ponder. Okay,
yeah,
we might have to hold. We might have to hold for another turn.
Not a good Brainstorm. He's got to get some of these cantrips out of his hand. And he did hit a fetch land off of that Brainstorm, so he can kind of shuffle away some of the garbage. Try to find that critical mass of spells. He only does have one ritual too. He just has a dark ritual to go along with, I think, a Lotus Petal in his hand, like a Cabal Therapy and stuff. So he's not really doing anything crazy.
Yeah.
He has a Cabal ritual. Okay.
So we're pretty close to thresholded, right?
3 in the grave right now. Brainstorm's gonna make 4. Fetch line will make 5. So yeah, he's almost there.
Yeah, he's basically there.
Yeah.
The ritual's 5 mana. And I think Adam's mulling over. The thing is, Adam's not even really in a rush here because there's no draw that Tyler can have to actually kill in. If he's trying to go off through ad nauseum, there's some risk of Tyler throwing like another bolt or goblin guide and making the math a little bit more complicated. But Adam can afford to slow play, as it were.
Yeah.
One turn. Especially if he just fires off a duress here, then he has all the time in the world to assemble whatever hand.
Yeah, either takes the other chain or the fire blast. Which one do you think he should take if he does fire off duress, as we're going to see ponder?
And we found a pass. Okay, we just found ad nauseum and pass in flames.
Yeah, a quick shuffle. Yeah, I think with duress, he probably just takes the 4 damage spell just because it's the one that's more. Probably 6 Fire Blast if you were to cast it.
It's tough. The counter to that is just it's turning on Fire Blast as a live draw where it's currently a dead draw if you're planning on killing him before his 4th turn.
See Lightning Bolt here drawn. All right,
boom.
Upstairs 10. Lightning Bolt puts him at 7. Fire Blast puts him at 3.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Gemstone Mine the draw. Brainstorm here from Adam. He's not really as safe as you would think, which is strange.
Yeah.
But he has done a little bit of damage to himself between 2 fetches and a Gataxian Probe.
So I assume we're trying to like kind of manually go off here, by which I mean just tutoring for Pass and Flames, rebuying our rituals, and then tutoring out of the graveyard again for ad nauseum. Yeah, or the Tendrils of Agony, either one, because he doesn't have Burning Wish in his deck list anywhere. So right, that's sort of the nice wrinkle about the Pass and Flames oriented list is you no longer have to, add. Before it was not necessarily a prerequisite, but often you had to go ad nauseum to go off. But now you can have Pass and Flames sort of substitute as an ad nauseum, and not have to go through the dangers of killing yourself in matchups like this.
Sure. Let's see, Madam has put himself down to 9 with sacrificing a Scalding Tarn. And we know that Tyler has Lightning Bolt and Fire Blast in his hand, so theoretically Adam is at 2 life right now.
Listen, the Storm players I play against never get draws like this. This is just...
You're just baffled.
It's turn 3 and it hasn't died yet. It's just, how is that even possible? Although I think Adam just found a Dark Ritual, which I assume has to put it all together now.
I think we might have the green light here because we know that he has 2 Dark Rituals. Here we go.
And here
we go. Double Dark Rit.
5 black in the pool, 4 spells. Going to 8 black in the pool, 5 spells. Duress, this is just to get the Duress out of the hand. I mean, we're going to respond by, I assume we have to go Lightning Bolt, Fire Blast here.
Yeah, I think he almost has to just immediately just go down to 2 because, again, with so many 1 damage burn spells in his hand, like he can just draw a Love Spike and kill him. He has the mountain, so.
This is adding a little bit to the storm count, but doesn't really matter too much.
Yeah.
Petal, and Petal can give us. So now we can go get Pass and Flames, make red through the Petal, go through this loop of rituals again, and end up casting. Then using our Infernal Tutor to get Tendrils of Agony and winning the game this turn.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he's doing. Reveal the top card, which was the Pass and Flames. He says, I'm going to cast Pass and Flames. I'm going to do a bunch of ritual again. Cabal Ritual with Threshold. Infernal Tutor. In just a moment. And I have no cards in my hand, so I'm going to Demonic Tutor through my deck. And you, my friend, Tyler Hahn, are going to be tendrilled into agony.
We're looking for it. Bang. So
Adam Prosak, up 1.
That is definitely the nice part about having access to Pass and Flames. Before decks like this, if you couldn't go off through Ad Nauseam because it was too risky, you might have to go through an Ill-Gotten Gains, which is a much more dangerous loop in some places because your opponent might have a graveyard that's live. The Pass and Flames makes it much simpler to go off from that position.
Yeah.
Sideboard.
Well, you have Tyler's in front of you, Burnmaster.
3 Mind Break Traps, about the best card you could have in this matchup. Some people like to sideboard Prosak Pillar because it's a burn spell, but it just doesn't work because you're dead on the second turn. So,
well, that game went to turn 3. We played 3 turns that time.
Yeah. It would have been okay that game, but it would have just probably gotten duress out of his hand or whatever the case. So Mind Break Trap is awesome here. Pyroblast is another card that is fine here. It's obviously not his best, but you need to cut down a little bit on. You have like Sulfuric Vortexes in your deck that are bad, and you can afford to get, cut some of your other, maybe the Price of Progresses are bad. You saw Adam fetch, 2 basics that game, and Pyroblast doesn't really break up his combo, but Adam needs these cantrips, these Ponders and Brainstorms to find the right mixture of action to be able to go off. So, especially on the play, I think you're supposed to bring these in.
Yeah, I think I agree with you overall. Definitely about that. I mean, it's going to be pretty tough for Tyler, but he does have to give himself the best chance to win.
Yeah.
Taking a look at Adam's sideboard, I don't think he's really going to change his deck too much because this is just a flat race, so he probably doesn't want to dilute his deck very much. As far as things that he can potentially board in, I mean, he does have a card like 4. He does have 4 Abrupt Decays in his sideboard if he is afraid of Pyrostatic Pillar, as you said. But again, Duress and Cabal Therapy might be a better way to go about fighting those type of cards. He has additional Cabal Therapy in his sideboard, so he can board up to 7 discard effects. I'd be surprised to see that come in. There are also 2 Chain of Vapors. There's an additional Tendrils of Agony in his sideboard. He has an additional land and Tropical Island to make sure he hits his land drops. Caracas, Slaughter Pact. Yeah, I would be surprised if he does much sideboarding here, diluting his deck, because this is just a flat race.
Yeah, I actually like bringing in the second Tendrils in this matchup a bit because basically you can go off for not lethal early on in the game, and that gives you more than enough cushion to draw another hand to go off with. Sure. So I think that's probably worth a slot in the deck. Maybe, I mean, I don't know if you want to try to go off through Ad Nauseam. I prefer just to try to the Pass and Flames route, being the Pass and Flames route a lot more stable than Ad Nauseam, assuming Tyler has a good hand.
Yeah. So
I'm not positive what the second Tendrils is supposed to be there for, but I think you're supposed to bring it in here. So we'll see how much sideboarding Tyler did, if he brought in the Pyroblast or not. Like I said, I believe he's supposed to, but I had 8 Pyroblasts in my sideboard for 1 tournament and played Storm in the top 8 and only brought in 4 of the 8, so it's not like you want
a ton.
You don't want a ton.
Yeah.
But
so both players drawing their opening 7 here. Tyler looks like he's going to keep. Both players are keeping, and we are underway with the Scalding Tarn.
Looking for Basic Mountain. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I thought I saw a blue card in Tyler's hand, which would be,
it's a trap.
Of course.
It's a trap.
Or maybe I'm just wrong. No, I thought I saw a blue card, but it's just whatever.
Just a Goblin Guide. Revealing a blue card.
Listen, Goblin Guide revealing a cantrip makes me so happy when I see that, because it's, they probably shaped lands to put those in their decks.
Yes.
I gotcha. Turn 1 Preordain, Adam setting both the bottom, and draws a Tendrils.
So he has one of them. And we're going to see, hiya! Another Goblin Guide. Reveal skis? Brainstorm. Look at you. Gotcha. Look at you. And now a Grimloff answer here from Tyler. Adam does draw that Brainstorm, and now he's going to have to start setting things up a little bit. I think there is a Chain of Vapor in his hand right now as well. But we are going to see a Ponder here, revealing Brainstorm, Polluted Delta, and a black card.
I thought it was another cantrip. Oh, Duress. It was a Duress. And Adam is not happy with those. And, Adam has to be concerned about getting turn 3'd here. You know what I mean? Very realistic for the burn deck to be able to put together 20.
Happened to me last weekend.
Yeah.
Felt great.
You got turn 3'd.
A lot of fun.
Got Fire Blasted, got Vexing Deviled. Yeah. Don't feel bad. This is just what happens.
It's a tough racket.
Yeah. So we'll see what Adam draws off this Ponder.
Hiya!
Gataxian
Probe.
Another cantrip.
This is unbiased reporting here by Patrick.
right.
As we're gonna see another preordained.
Infernal Tutor plus, is that another guitar?
I think that is another probe, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure on Adam to get this. Although, again, you know, Adam has the tendrils in his hand, so he does have the... Even if he goes off and fizzles, he can still give himself a huge cushion to be able to try again.
Yeah. What you see here is you see a man in the tank here. And so he's saying, I have Gitaxian Probe against Burn. He's just trying.
Gotta keep those cantrips, man.
Well, and he takes the Infernal Shooter, he passes back, which means he's likely setting up a turn 3. But we're going to have a bolt at the end
Taste
step
it.
here. And taste it he did. Draws a Lava Spike.
Yep. That'll play. Do we have a turn 3 here?
I see a Price of Progress over there as well.
Do we have him on 3?
Who is we exactly? Are you guys a team over there?
Royal We.
The Royal We? Okay.
Goblin Guide in again. Reveals Cabal Ritual.
Not a land, but that's a scary card.
Oh yeah, all the mana spells every time you see him with Goblin Guide is, you know, doom is imminent. On my top 8 in LA in 2011, I tied with the Goblin Guide on turn 1 on the play. Game 3, showed Lion's Eye Diamond. Didn't get to untap.
How'd that? How'd that go?
There's a clip where the board's just like my Mountain and my Goblin Guide.
That's just dead.
Yeah, just dead. Passing the turn back, not casting the
no
play.
spike is a little surprising there.
I think it's because he wants to go price plus activate Lavamancer.
Okay. Thinking
So,
maybe he can get 4 damage off a spike. Who knows? Or
Yeah,
excuse me, off of price.
Right. Yeah. And so yeah, this is the. I mean, Adam definitely has sufficient mana. He has sufficient resources to go off manual style. Gitaxian Probe shows a hand of Sulfuric Vortex, Price of Progress, and Lava Spike. I think that Sulfuric Vortex. I'm not sure why you wouldn't cast it that turn. It's actually pretty good here. Your opponent has the tendrils you for non-lethal.
Yeah, that is a little bit surprising. Yeah, I mean, if not now, when? I mean, I guess.
Yeah, when do we wait? Yeah, and Adam has found a Lion's Eye Diamond, death knell of burn players everywhere.
Yeah.
And he knows that the coast is clear, and he has a bunch of cantrips plus Infernal Tutor plus rituals plus tendrils. I mean, I think Adam can just. I mean, he can't rush it. You know, it's complicated, but.
I mean, he just has to make sure that he has enough mana to be able to do everything. Is the issue here? And it may not even be a lethal tendrils. It might be a tendrils that is good for 9, which is only going to be 18. So Tyler's kept himself out of range. If Tyler had, you know, sacked another fetch land or drawn another one, puts him at 18, then the storm only has to be a tendrils for 9. But right now, it actually needs to be tendrils for 10.
Yeah. I think that unless he was trying to bluff Power Blast or something like that, I think you need to land that Vortex there because you tag with your Lavamancer, Adam then goes to 8, and then even if Adam has a non-lethal tendrils, even if your Vortex is going to kill you, you still have Price of Progress plus Lavamancer activation on your upkeep. So assuming even if Adam plays like another non-basic, you actually still have him. So
now Adam. Going through the brainstorm, you saw a little angered fist pump there. He's just like, I just don't have enough to get it done because he did brainstorm into 2 lands, so we're not quite sure if he's going to be able to get them right now or not. And going through the permutations of this deck can be difficult.
Yeah, and you know, unlike the 5-color Storm decks against which Price of Progress can be a good source of damage, the more stable 2-color version, I guess 2.5, if you want to call it that, because of Past Flames, is pretty durable against Price of Progress and especially Wasteland, which is, you know, the big reason I believe that I would advocate playing this deck over the 5-color version is stability against Wasteland. There's a lot of decks that can only really interact with you with that card in a meaningful way.
He is just going to pass back, which means he's going to be setting up for a turn 4 kill, but we're going to see a Price of Progress. He might not get a 4th turn.
Right. So, Adam going down to 9 and then 7. So this attack, he's got theoretical lethal in his hand, but I believe Adam has Chain of Vapor, which mucks all this up.
Doesn't Mike all this up?
Yeah, he falls to 6, and then he has Vortex plus
All right, so
on the
there's
house, and there's the chain.
Bounce the Goblin Guide.
Chain of Vapor is a cycle from Onslaught where players can discard to redirect targets of symmetrical spells. This one is a bounce.
Oh, Tyler has a Lava Spike in his hand, though.
Right, which means he goes to 6, and then this sends him to 4, and then the Vortex sends him to 2.
Sure, so I guess my question is, so what Adam started this turn at 3, 4, 5. Didn't Adam start this turn at 7? Am I wrong?
Yeah, Lava Mancer attacks him down to 6.
Okay.
Lava Spike to 3. Vortex to 1.
So if Tyler would have Lava Spiked first, if Tyler Lava Spikes first, puts Adam down to 4, and then
He doesn't have enough
he doesn't have
mana
mana.
to
Okay,
cast
yep,
Vortex,
yep,
and
yep.
yeah.
Okay, I got it.
And now they somewhat revisionist history, I guess, to some extent, but that Vortex sitting for a turn now is this is happening.
Mm-hmm. It's fun for everyone.
And Adam again is going to be able to cobble together the kill here through Infernal Tutor for Past in Flames, and then Tendrils. So,
as long as Adam doesn't, for lack of a better term, misclick here, I think he's got him this game. But he is going a little bit slower than I thought he would be. A little bit strange to me. So he's going to break both of these Lion's Eye Diamonds in response to Infernal Tutor to make sure that it is Hellbent.
yeah, this is a priority trick. If you hold the priority and then break your Lion's Eye Diamonds, then when Infernal Tutor resolves, you have Hellbent. It's not looking at, was your hand empty when you cast it? It's looking at resolution, so.
So now there's the Past in Flames. Again.
Yeah, and we've seen this song and dance like the last game. Again, and this is another, the risk of being a broken record here, where Past in Flames is very awesome in a place where Ad Nauseam would not be able to get the job done.
Yeah.
So
super important that all the Storm decks have access to this card, either main deck or one to Burning Wish for, or whatever. I mean, this is the kind of card that really has kind of put Storm, I don't want to say put it back over the top or anything, but it's definitely enhanced the deck.
yes,
Taxing Probe.
I assume that's going to be a hard cast.
Yeah, it doesn't have 2 life to pay.
He has mana floating, so that's.
Yep.
And just Adam just double checking to make sure the coast is clear, and then Tendrils for 1 million.
Approximately. Preordain in hand, Gataxian Probe, so one already cast, of course. See a Chain and Vapor here on that.
Just getting the storm count up. And then Tendrils for lethal.
Hiya!
Adam Prosak 2-0. Another not the most favorable matchup for Burns, certainly.
How's it taste?
Listen, man, it's happened to me. It's happened to me before. I don't care. Someone's got to go. You know what I mean? This is my philosophy that I take to tournament level Magic. Sometimes it's got to be me.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? You can't be getting in people's kitchen all the time and not expect occasionally to run into something like this. It's okay. I'm sure Tyler doesn't mind too.